It is Thursday, 9th of April, 8:55. Afternoon, my name is Matias, and this is my presentation, Restoring the Value of Fair Play through VAR. What is VAR, you may be asking? It stands for Video Assistant Referee. It is used to revise decisions done by a referee in soccer. Usually, referees make mistakes, so they can use VAR to make important calls like a penalty or an offside. It heavily influences referee decision making, and it helps out with the flow of the game. A great case of VAR not being used in the past before it was implemented was the Hand of God by Diego Maradona. In this case, it was the semi-final of the World Cup. It was Argentina against England, and Diego, an Argentinian player, used his hand to score a goal, and that led to England's elimination. This was a very controversial call, and this is one of the main reasons why VAR was implemented. So this leads to my research question: to what extent should VAR be implemented in the top European leagues in the 21st century? I think that VAR should be implemented to a comprehensive extent in the top European soccer leagues in the 21st century. Why VAR should be implemented? Because VAR eliminates error, strengthens the sport's integrity, and creates financial security. First, eliminating human error. VAR eliminates human error by using really modern high-tech technology and increasing its accuracy, reducing the psychological load on the main referees that usually have to make all the difficult calls before a VAR was implemented, and making more fair calls that can make a fairer and more just game. It also strengthens the sports integrity by reducing the home advantage, because before VAR, usually referees tended to make calls that sided with the home game because they were a little afraid of the crowd. It also better represents the player's ability, and actually the winner of the game is usually the better team, instead of maybe a team that was the referee was more on their side. And it also more enjoyable for players, since they feel they don't have the stress of maybe a bad call affecting their game, and they can play it to their fullest, knowing that their game will affect the score of the game. It also creates financial security by attracting financial investors, because since usually investors would not want to invest in the sport if they weren't secure of the results, like the results will be fair, and VAR make the results fair and just, which attracts investors. Secures broadcasting deals, because broadcasting deals prefer to go for leagues that have VAR. And it also maintains the sport's good reputation, which is really good for as I said, investors and broadcasting deals, because it shows that the sport is a reliable source of making money for people that invest in it. This graph shows how, contrary to popular belief, most fans agree with VAR and think it should be implemented. The fans that are kind of hard to please are the English fans, but we know they're very passionate and they're most of the time hard to please. So the solution I thought was VAR training for referees. This training would ensure that referees are properly trained on the use of VAR. It would ensure less mistakes are made while refereeing and while using VAR, since they would understand how to use it. And VAR can be used more effectively and quickly to speed up the game and reduce the times wasted in using VAR. The limitations are that old school referees might not adapt to the new classes and might not want to get the license again. Some might even refuse to learn to use VAR because they think it ruins the game. And it's also difficult to implement the classes because most referees will not want to get the license again just to learn to use VAR, and maybe not all countries will have VAR classes. This is my reference page. Thank you for listening.